I will read the session for you, okay? He was a horse racing for 7 years. First, he started in one country, and then he moved to another country, and he won many cups, okay? When he was no longer good, this is the story that the client told me about the horse, okay? That's not me who received from the horse. The client is coming on the camera and telling me the story, what is the problem, and who is the horse, and who is my client. He was auctioned when he was no longer good, and he was purchased by a riding school. So from racing, he went straight to a riding school, okay? My client found this horse in horrible condition. So basically, he shows me all the sign of angers, and you know, she thinks that he's showing me the sign of anger because he is in pain. That's what she says to me. And she says he is not feeling happy. What am I doing wrong? That's the question. What is it that I'm missing? He is angry. Angry, not hungry. He pins his ear at the client, he bites, and sometimes he kicks. And even you try to help him, doesn't work. He's still very angry. So let's speak about the horse now, and let's see what he has to say. I'm asking the horse. I start a conversation with him directly. When I introduce myself, I explain to him that I would like to have a conversation. He says directly, leave me alone. At that moment, I know what to do. I start to send energy healing. I start to send love and do the work I have to do to help him to relax and calm down. He says, I'm not at peace with myself. I'm very irritated. I don't even know why, and it's always like that. I can't control anything. I don't recognize myself. I have the feeling that everyone is irritated about me. This is what he feels, and that's his own perception at that time, at the beginning of the session. I don't even know where it's coming from, because I'm asking him, do you know? And he says, no. I sleep like that. I wake up in the same way. I'm not feeling secure. I'm feeling betrayal. And he says to my client, it's not about you. It's in general. I was like that before I came to you. And I'm like this. I was trusting when I was young. I was trusting when they were training me. You know, he started to open to the conversation because I was already doing healing on him to help him to ease. You know, I was happy at that time, and then I've been betrayed all the time, and now I don't know. I really don't know, he says. I know you want me to speak with you. He's speaking to the client, not to me at that moment. I know you want to do the best for me, and I feel you. I know you, but I'm incapable to help you for the moment because I'm not myself. I don't know who I am anymore. All emotions are coming from everywhere, and I don't know what is going on. I can feel it. Then I'm going deeper with him, and I start to see and feel his own aura. And I discovered that they have many layers where energies are coming from different people. That's what I can see myself, different place also, and everything is stuck into his own system. I see even some cracks into his aura and some opening here and there, almost everywhere. His aura was really damaged. And of course, he has many stuff on him that don't belong to him. This is clear. That's what I can see directly. And then he says, I will never do anything to go against people. This is not my nature, but I'm all over the place. I see what I do. I see what is going on, but I'm incapable to control myself And he says, you need to know one thing. And he's speaking to my client at that time. He says, I love you, and I wanted to tell you that because today I have a voice. His energy start already to change, because since the beginning I'm working on him. I didn't start the light language yet. I'm only into healing for the moment. And then he says, I know you have noticed that I love you, but sometimes you doubt, and I know. Then I wanted to tell you today clearly that I love you, and I have a lot of respect for you. I know what you passed by. I know what you do for me, but I'm sorry, I could not do in a different way. Up to now, I could not. Now you know, it's only about me, and I'm happy you have done this, because today I can express myself clearly. You see already it's changing in terms of dialogue in comparison when he came directly at the camera. I said, leave me alone. Even I try to show you, he says, it didn't pass in a way I wanted to pass the message, and then we had a misunderstanding. Thank you for what you have done today, giving me a voice, giving me the opportunity to explain to you clearly what is really going on. And yes, I need help. Yes, I need your help. I'm willing to answer all your questions, because she had a lot. It's normal at that time. But if you want to start directly deeper, because he's asking me to send him much more energy, because while I'm doing the healing, the client has questions, then I'm also interacting and communicating with him at the same time. I'm totally open, because I really need help to be back on track. I'm feeling I'm going left, right, middle, but nowhere. And I feel my soul fragmented. I'm feeling scattered. He says, give me love, and please don't judge me. Don't judge me. And I want also you do something. Don't judge others who were with me before. Don't judge the people who had to take care of me before you. And that's where it's becoming very important for you to open your ears fully. You know, I'm recording all the sessions, and I'm not going back always into the session, and I'm not transcribing blah, I don't know even to say, whatever. It's not important at this stage. That's not the subject. The subject is the horse and the story that he wanted to share, but I wanted to say that some sessions stays, and I don't even think to go back, you know. It's because the client came back to me and gave me news about the horse, who is of course much better, and they had a tremendous change after the session. This is why when the person explained to me through WhatsApp what are the chances, wow, this is an amazing story, I have to share it, really. And then I asked the permission, of course, by changing name, town, and everything. Okay, are you ready for next? He says, please don't do that. That's my only requirement. At that time, the horse started to move also closer to my client. And he says, don't judge them, because they were not even awake. They were not even awake of what they were doing. Those people don't know what they do. Please don't judge them. And you know, this happened also for a specific reason. Is teaching everyone on many different levels. Even sorry, I'm reading. Even if it's not understandable for you today, still speaking to my client. At that precise moment, my client says, this is unacceptable, which is understandable, the way how the client reacts. And then the horse says, please don't judge, do not judge. It is very important for me, because I'm the one who passed by and I have forgiven already. I have forgiven everyone. Please do the same. And he says, not everyone is awake like you. He's speaking to my client. Not everyone is able to understand. Some people are still like in time, and then they have a blackout, I would say, and he started to send me images. He stopped to speak and he sent me images of slavery. In that session I've been moved in many different ways, and now I have to read, and again all the emotion are coming to me. He says some people still have their mindset stuck into that. Please don't judge. And he's continuing to send me images of slavery into ancient time, and he says they still have people here today on this planet who think that way, and it's normal for them. This is why he says don't judge, because they don't know what they do. They are not awake. Then the client answers, and she says, I'm very upset with whoever dealt with him before. And this is precisely where the horse come back and insist and say, please, non-judgment. Because he knew what the client had in mind, and he says, it's time to move on for us. I know what you feel, I know what you think, but please forgive them. They didn't know what they do, and I can tell you they didn't know, I'm sure, about this. I have enough awareness, he says, to tell you that, and it's not irreversible. We can reverse that, and you know, otherwise you would not be here with me today. And then I do more healing on him. We stop to speak, and because he asked me 4 times already while I was speaking with her to intensify the healing, helping him here, helping him there. He was really guiding me where to go into the body. Okay, I can see at that moment again that he has many energies that are stuck into his body. I see between each vertebra different type of energies that he had absorbed into his previous life before my client, and also places, not only people. And then he starts to speak again, and he says, you will see, our life will change, I promise you. It will be better, I know that. The time of struggle is done, and I have a lot of love to give you. You will see that. And then he says, I want to feel, open your ears, because even me, I was like, oh wow. Sometimes we assume many things about them, and we are totally wrong. Always better to ask their opinion, believe me. He says, I want to feel useful. Yes, it's nice to relax, to be in the sun and rolling into the grass. That's good, but I'm born to be at the service. This is an attribute of my soul. You need to know that. If I was in competition, and this is something you don't know, that is why I want to share this with you. Because I'm born through my mother that I have chosen, because I knew that being born through her would lead me to competition racing. That's a choice. This is something that I have designed on the soul level before incarnating here on this planet. I knew exactly what would happen. I have designed that. I would be in competition. I designed that I would be in competition. This is a choice, because by being there, so we can show to the humanity certain things that they are willing to see, if they are ready to see. This is why many beings like me are coming on earth And some of them are even sacrificing themselves to help humanity, or to make them understand specific things about themselves. And now you need to know, he's continuing to speak, I'm not asking you to go back in competition. I'm happy to be with you. I want to play. I want to feel useful. I need to feel I'm at your service. Or if you want me to serve any other people, I can. But I want to do something. I need to feel useful. I need to feel I'm serving. I'm serving humanity. This is me. I cannot stay in my box. I cannot stay in a prey area and do nothing. Now I need to play, please give me a balloon. And yes, he starts to be agitated in his box, and he's asking her, then she's showing me something. I will continue better. He's showing me a big ball, you know, he's sending me the image, and he says, now I need to play, please give me a balloon. And then she's showing something on the camera, and I don't realize, for me that seems okay, you know, but then he said, no, not like this ball, I don't want that, I want something else, this is not okay. He wants a specific ball, and he says, this I will enjoy. And then he's showing me again the pictures and asking me to explain to the client what I have seen. You cannot put also the balloon here and leave, he says. I need to interact. Please don't regret anything about my life. Now I need to tell you that being at the service can be in many different ways. If you play with me, for example, and you have an immense amount of joy while you are playing with me, it's being at the service for me. I'm serving you to bring you joy. But what do I do if I'm in a box, or you leave, and I'm in a prey area alone? I'm not at the service at that moment. Other horses maybe can accept that, and they are very happy to be retired and do nothing. But this is not me, he says. I'm not ready for that. At that time, he was around 11 years old, which is not the time for retirement for sure. He says, I want you to keep that in mind because it is very important. This is why I'm speaking about this today with you. Now you know me in a better way. He was not with the client since a long time. They were learning how to know each other's. And he says, I could really share the deepest wishes I had inside me today. And now I'm asking the client, do you give him carrots or apple? Because the horse is showing me an image of a lot of apples and a lot of carrots in one shot, and I'm feeling like, wow, you know. And then she says, yes, every day he got it. And he is explaining, increase the level. I want more. And at that moment, to make sure that she will listen to the request, what he's doing is sending me a very strong feeling when you eat a carrot or an apple and your body goes, I don't know how to explain. He was sending me the feeling when he's eating a carrot or an apple, and it was, I could experience here a pure joy, and all my hair were moved in many different ways. My skin was reacting, and that's the feeling he was sending to me to express the joy when he has a carrot or an apple. Well, I'm explaining that because this is typical for him. Not every horse has this ecstasy when they eat, especially an apple or a carrot. Some prefer carrot than apples. You get my point. This is not a general thing. It's typical for him. And at that time, I continued to do healing on him. He started to be very, very relaxed. And then the client asks if he is in pain that she is not aware of. And I feel, yes, lower back, and then he starts to send me the feeling, sacroiliac. And he says, I'm feeling like I'm carrying a big rock. And he's giving me that feeling in my body. It was really painful. It's affecting his flexibility. And he says also that he is not sleeping because when he went to her, he was not sleeping at all. And he says it was because I was not at peace and I was really confused. I see again many energies stuck into the bones and into the muscle. That's what is written. This is the transcript and I'm reading that to you. That video was not prepared, believe me. Okay. And then he says to my client that he is really, really happy for what he can release now. He says, I was under pressure constantly and I was forced. And then he's showing me that they were injecting some product. He's showing me that he has been injected into the muscle, and he was doing a lot of stuff during the competition. Oh yeah, okay. He says that was a man who was injecting him, was doing other stuff also during the competition time. And he's explaining to me, then he's speaking to me. After the riding school, I became even worse because I had no rest. I was treated in a better way in the racing industry than the riding school. Sometimes, you know, we think that the riding school could be better than anything else. And yeah, every life is different. Every experience is different. And here it's about non-judgment. This is what he was asking the most during the session. He says, in the racing, they had consideration for my value because I had a value. It's a price, you know, it's money for them. This is why they were taking care of me, and they had a certain level of respect for my body, he says. But at the riding school, no, I was like a machine, a tool that you use into a manufacture. And they were considering yeah, he's just a machine, and he says they had no respect for my body or for myself, no consideration like I had into racing. He's mentioning that he had more consideration into racing than the riding school. And he says, yes, everything, because I'm asking, say, it's just for money or they had something else, another purpose behind. He says, yes, everything is about money, but it is not all the time. Every horse in competition like that will be, okay. He says, sorry, I'm reading. Every horse in competition can be treated differently and will be treated better than in a riding school where I was. In the riding school, they force us to get more revenue. In racing, they have money and they invest in us. This is the perception of the horse I'm speaking with. It doesn't mean that every horse will give me the same answer, just for letting you know, okay? That is a different outcome, he says. Even if it's hard, yes, they had abused you. I've seen that. I know what is going on, but I was well treated, honestly. They had consideration for me. You have to trust me about this. Not everyone is bad in that industry. They still have good people, he says. Now he's asking my client and say, give me just a bit of time, because now you know what I was going on. I don't know how long time it will take for me to come back and to be myself again. At that time, he's speaking because he doesn't know. He's so scattered, he's so damaged. Even if he has a lot of awareness and he realized what is going on, it took maybe 3 weeks maximum for him to come back fully on track. And when I say fully on track, it's not a joke. This is why I'm sharing this story. He says, trust me, be patient, because I want you to be proud of me. I didn't come into your life to give you struggle. And then the client says, yeah, but tell him I'm crying all the time. And then the horse said, I know, you don't need to tell me, I feel you. Just trust me. Trust what I told you today. Everything will change. And then we arrive at the end of the session. I've done light language between, etc. And I'm explaining to the client how it will be about the purge, because we have done a profound healing session, and about the process and probably side effect, because you know your body is releasing a lot of blocks. It's exactly like, you know, when you do a surgery, you are feeling not better after the surgery, you know, because your body needs to go through a detox, your body needs to heal, and it's taking a certain time until you feel better. It's the recovery period, and here it's approximately the same. Okay, I hope everyone is still okay. I mean, it was quite heavy in terms of emotion, but I consider that this was valuable to be shared publicly, because I know it will inspire many people, and I know in this story you would have learned a lot. Thank you for listening. Bye bye for now. Much love.